All right, welcome back to BeerFormers. This is take 4.
Hi, everybody.
We have had so much technical difficulties filming this episode. So
I hope you appreciate
Hope
this.
you appreciate it. Hopefully it turns out
really
well.
Hard.
Yeah. A lot of our technical difficulties have to do with the camera equipment and our microphone. So
all right.
we're microphoneless tonight. So if our audio's a little off, we'll apologize.
But at this point, we just want to tell you our
Going
story.
forward.
We're moving forward. We're doing it live.
We're doing fine. It's the 29th episode.
Live.
29th episode.
286
subscribers. Thank you, everyone. Keep telling everyone about us. Keep hitting all those buttons.
Yeah. We love you all. We'll probably be down to 285 after this.
Climbing the YouTube ladder here. So, all right. So for our Transformer tonight, or for this episode, I should say, we're doing something again, keeping with our theme of something new, something different. Yeah. There are 4 robots we're going to be talking about here, which are not Transformers in the strictest sense. They are made by the company. They were made. They're coming out from 1985. They were made by the company known as Tomy, which is now merged with Takara, who is the original maker of the Transformers in Japan. Oh. And Hasbro, remember, licensed from Takara. Yeah. So it's Takara Tomy now. Okay. So in a sense, these 4 toys, I guess, are Transformers-in-laws. Step Transformers?
Yes.
I don't know, whatever. And what makes them unique is a couple things, right? First up, they all have pullback motors. So when you pull them back, they'll roll forward. Ooh. And the motors work in robot mode, too. They'll walk. We'll see that happening on the table here tonight. And the other thing that makes them unique is that they were only available initially. I think eventually later on you can find them other places. But initially you can only buy them at a McDonald's restaurant. And they were not in a Happy Meal. They were sold by themselves in McDonald's. You walk to McDonald's, if you didn't want to buy any food, you could just walk to McDonald's, say, I'll take 3 of your finest Commandrons, what we're talking about tonight. The Commandrons. So they were made by Tomy, pullback motors, as I just said, blah, blah, available at McDonald's. They came in packaging like this. So I've got all 4 of them. Here's the typical packaging for one of them. So these says Commandrons at the top. You got the 2 McDonald's logos on the back. It's got some information about the particular one that would have been inside. They came with a mini comic book, which was made in conjunction with DC Comics. There's the DC Bullet up there in the corner. Right?
That's a lot of work.
When you open these up, it does not say who the artist is or the writer. So
that means Ghost Rider.
Yeah, so or just they didn't want to have their name associated with
it.
It was a paycheck for somebody.
So bad. Oh man!
But so they're all 4 of them. I'll show all 4 packaging. There's one of them there. Then we'll bust out the toys here next. The robot would have gone this bubble at the bottom, which I cut open to be able to slip the robot out. But you have to keep the packaging intact. I'm not a big packaging person. If you look around and see my collection,
he likes to play with his toys.
Well, if you buy a toy, the purpose of a toy is to have some sort of interaction with a person, right? As I like to say, you would not buy a book without reading it.
Right.
Or at least cracking it open.
Right. I would read it 4 or 5
So if you buy a toy, you got to be able to take the toy out and play with it. So I don't keep most of my packaging at all because, I've already got enough space taken up with just the toys. If I had to keep boxes to it, it'd be crazy. But certain things, if it's like really unique or significant, I'll hold on to it. That's what I do with these. I bought these as a set on eBay about 4 years ago, maybe, or so.
All together?
Yeah, all at once. I didn't have to buy them individually. Okay. The person selling them was selling them as a lot of all of them together.
Got the McDonald's logo up there.
McDonald's logo. Yeah, the corner's up here. So yeah, you walk into McDonald's and you would say, "I would like a Commandron." My good person behind the counter, man, woman, whatever.
How much did they charge for
I think it was like a couple bucks. If anyone knows for sure, let me know. They weren't very expensive because, again, it was $85 pricing.
But why weren't they part of the Happy Meal?
That's a great question.
What was
maybe because of the machinery and stuff in there, it was a little too expensive to be a Happy Meal toy for the time.
But they thought it would get people into McDonald's.
Well, and this is $85.
Or they would say, "I came here for a toy, might as well buy some fries."
I guess so. Yeah. Only thing I can think of is it's $85. GoBots have been out for 2 years. Transformers have been out for a year, and they had taken the world by storm. There was basically a transforming robot frenzy going on in 85, 86.
Except GoBots were kind of...
Yeah, but they were still going strong at this point.
Yeah.
So if you went into like a KB toy store, which is an old mall toy store, for those of you who are too young to remember that.
Oh, KB was the
KB
best.
was great. But if you went to a KB toy store, in addition to Transformers and GoBots, there would be like converters and,
and it hit... Hooking up clippers.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Every company who had a way they sell a transforming toy was doing it. So I think Tomy had these little guys.
Vending
and somebody either went to Japan and saw them and said, "Let's do it," or Tomy reached out to McDonald's and said, "Would you like to offer these?" And yeah, but it's a little too expensive for a Happy Meal. Maybe we could just sell them straight up and whatever.
Well, show them to me. I want to see these.
So here we go. So we'll go down the order here. I've got them in robot mode for you here now. All right. So this is the leader named Commander Magna. He is
Liquid Hot Magna.
They all have this red, white, and blue color scheme.
Pretty.
The blue is usually the chest and the head like that. They've all got arms with a chrome claws. They don't have really hands in the strictest sense like that. And they have the wheels on there, the pullback motor, as I said. So let's go ahead and let you transform that into its vehicle
Well, can
form.
you make him walk for us?
Well, why don't you go turn to vehicle mode first, then we can do it.
No, then you got to turn it back into a guy.
I can do it like that. We're going to have fun watching you struggle anyway. So.
All right. Well, next one, promise me you'll do him walking first.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay.
This one probably the easiest one to do that because I don't have to do much to do it.
Oh my God, I am going to struggle. This is a little embarrassing. Go ahead. Do the other guy.
Okay.
Make him
Well,
walk.
we're just doing one at a time. So.
Make him walk. No, make that other guy walk.
Well, why don't we pull them out one at a time? Let's
No, make the other guy walk. I did it. Look at me.
You gotta pull the arms back.
Oh, but he was still flying.
Yeah, but with his arms out. Okay, go ahead and roll it. Let's see if everything like that. All right.
Woo!
And if you pull it back, hold on to if you hold on to the wheels so they don't release the whatever, then you can put them in robot form again, which I'm doing now. Much quicker than you, my man. And they waddle forward there. So when I say walk, it's very like air quotes walk.
I wonder how many dogs and cats murdered these things.
Over the years?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and just let it run out of its spring here a little bit.
That's neat. All right, bring the other one on. I want to know what the next one is.
All right, so that's Commander Magnet. He's the leader. He turns into an F-15 jet.
Cool.
So, it's very similar to the Seekers, like Starscream and stuff.
Yeah.
But being so small, I think in the comic books, a human could fit inside these, but they were still little. So I think, Starscream would probably bully these guys.
Okay.
If they were still in the transition.
So scale-wise, humans were still pretty tiny.
Yeah, humans were still smaller. But this is way smaller, I think, based on the artwork in the comic books than a standard F-15 jet.
Who's this guy?
This is Velocitor.
That's me. The guinea pig tricked me, my friends.
Dr. Zoidberg pose. This is the best he can do. His arms can't go forward at all, so his claws are up. Silver claws, face forward like that. You want to see this one crawl?
Yeah, I do.
So I'll pull it back. We'll do the same thing.
It looks like a scorpion.
So, my friends, the guinea pig tricked me. All right, so we're going to transform him real quick.
Okay.
That's Velocitor.
I'm going to try. What's he turned into?
He's like a spaceship, basically, like a space fighter or something like that.
Okay,
So,
wheel?
So
Son of a gun.
You got him.
Oh, is that it?
That's it.
Holy
But
cow.
he's kind of the sleekest looking one in
slick.
vehicle form.
Velociraptor?
Velocitor.
He looks like a velociraptor, too.
I'm going to show you this in the video. Too. I don't know if this will show up in the camera or not, but there's little white plastic deals here that form the legs. So when he's going forward, you'll see these things wiggling in the bottom there.
Oh, that's cool.
So little white things that help it walk in robot form. It doesn't actually have to be in robot form, but it still work. The idea.
Wow.
There's a button that allows it to know whether it's on the ground as a vehicle or standing up as a robot. But that's Velocitor. We'll put him back in there. Next up is Motron, not Motrin.
I thought maybe you would take this if you have like an ache and pain.
Well, it's a race car, as you'll see in a second. So I don't know if race cars will cure your aches and pains, but
no, they usually make them worse.
now two of these guys have
Look,
vehicle
this
forms.
is not even a challenge.
Yeah, two of these guys have vehicle forms that are like regular Earth vehicles.
Look at that! Look at that mother.
So Commander Magna is an F-15 jet, and Motron is a Porsche
I was trying to.
Le Mans racer type thing there. You know? Something's wrong. There we go.
Of course it is, because I did it.
No, it's not because you did it. It's just that you did it. Is that better in some way? I don't know.
Make them walk. Can we make them walk into each other? What would happen if they walked into each other?
I think they'll just bump at each other and not
I
do
want
anything.
to see if one of them knocks the other one down.
Oh, like a battle between the Commandrons?
Yeah.
Are you mad?
The next one will do that.
Here we go. I got one ready. You got one ready. You gonna transfer him back into robot form here so we can have them walk to each other, or you just want to have them crash?
No, I want to
vehicle
crash into each other.
Okay, here we go.
Ah!
Motron wins.
Motron, you are the champion.
So,
All right.
so Commander Magna and Motron turn into regular Earth type things, a regular race car and an F-15 jet.
Okay.
And lastly, we have Solardyn or Solardyn,
Okay.
Solardyn.
Okay.
They never really.
Let's see if these two can crash into each other.
Which ones?
These
two guys, the two futuristic guys.
How do I get that to work?
Why don't you want to make him into have him
I
crash
want to walk
as a
first. I want to have them walk
So
first.
you kind of get the arms out of the way, then you can pull the motor
Oh,
back, then
okay.
hold the wheel so they can't go forward. Then you can stand him up.
Oh, I gotcha.
Okay.
All right, let's see who wins.
Okay, ready?
What's his name again? Solardyn?
Yeah, I'd say Solardyn.
Okay.
Or they might be Solardyn or something, right? They walk really slow, so let's get them fairly close.
There we
It'll
go.
take 20 minutes. It'd be like in Austin Powers where he's like,
no! Okay, I think I think this dude, Velociraptor.
Looks like they're evenly matched.
Oh,
they're not going
dancing.
forward. Yeah.
They might be making
That's so
out.
cute. It's barely showing up on the camera. I'll move it back a little
There
bit.
you go. Aww.
Yeah.
They're evenly matched.
Let's see what Solardine looks like in a vehicle form.
Okay. Put those claws back in.
So all of them have the chrome silver claws, blue underbelly, and red arms, type of thing. And the white shoes are on the backside typically, but whatever.
The claws gotta go back in. So what the heck?
His you gotta flip arms around.
I got it.
It's gonna.
All right, now he's like a little spaceship.
Like a little flying saucer almost. Yep, boom.
Okay.
Now, of these two, Solardine and Motron have these little flip-up faces.
Yeah.
And they have a sticker for a face, is all the best they've got. And so, whereas as Commander Magna and Velocitor, their faces molded into it, But that's one of the differences between the two like that. But yeah, so you walked into McDonald's in 85, and if you didn't want to buy any food, fine. Just buy a Commandron, walk out. Or you could buy a bunch of food and still get a Commandron. It's up to you. But if you buy a Happy Meal, you were not getting a Commandron in it. They were not Happy Meal toys.
But are these considered the first transforming Happy Meals or McDonald's toys? McDonald's really
the first transforming, yes, because these came out before the food change, which we did an episode on a while back. When they transformed into a piece of food. These guys beat them by about 5 years.
And until yesterday, I had no idea these were in our house.
Yeah, Noel comes down to me and says, Dave, I watched this video. Do you know about these transforming toys from McDonald's? I go, yeah. So I pulled out all 4 of them, pulled out the boxes.
What else there is in this house that I don't know about?
So not officially Transformers, but they are transforming toys. I put them in my collection just because the novelty of them, that they were from McDonald's, and I have the food changeables, which I thought were really cool.
Yes, you do.
And so these are kind of related to that, obviously, but. The comic book tells their story. This takes place in another world where some scientists invents them to be helpful, and do things.
Do they have an Allspark?
But no, they're just like artificially intelligent or something like that.
Okay.
And there's some evil scientist trying to steal them and program them for evil type of thing. The typical 80s fare, right?
Is his name Elon?
Gonna get us canceled.
That seems like a great name for an evil scientist.
At one point, there's evil clones in one of these stories. There's a little bit of they got it all, but yeah. So that's just kind of a little neat footnote in the world of transforming toys. I do not collect everything that transforms, but I did choose to collect these, whatever like it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's converters, like I mentioned.
He tells me I got to take his word for it. But the important thing is that it makes you happy.
Yeah.
And so
there's only 4 of them, so there you go.
Are we ready to talk about
what makes me happy? Let's talk about a beer now. Yeah.
Okay, so tonight we're gonna feature a brewery that featured on this show many times before. If you're a fan of the show and have been with us from the beginning, you've seen that we have featured beers from Monday Night Brewery, which is a brewery down south that has 5 locations. And it's one of our favorite places to go. We love to go to the
headquarters in Atlanta. Though,
yeah,
right?
We love to go to the Midtown Atlanta location because it is very close to where our oldest child goes to college. So every time we're down there, we're usually enjoying some new beers there. They always have something new. So a few weeks ago, I went down there with my mom and some girlfriends to celebrate our oldest daughter's 21st birthday. And so I got to actually have a beer with her Monday night, and it was awesome. But this guy, for various reasons, could not come with us, and he got this message from Monday night saying that they had this brand new beer that was available. And he said, Noel, if you can get it for me, please do. And I was able to get the last 4-pack that they had. And so we would like to talk about this tonight because, to me, this represents what is great about the craft beer industry. Creativity and concepts that you can't get anywhere else. And so I present to you darker subject matter, 4 different barrel-aged imperial stouts. So they all came together. So we have sherry barrel-aged stout. We have cognac barrel-aged. We have bourbon barrel-aged. And the one that we're trying right now,
Tawny Port.
Tawny Port.
So it's hard to tell the label. We'll put a picture of the can on the screen, but even then it's going to be hard to tell. It's a cauldron of animals, creatures coming out of it, like they've brewed something mysterious or whatever like that, So yeah, they're all very, very dark, as you can see. Well, I can't say all of them. The one we've tried tonight is very, very dark.
Check that out. It's
Super
beautiful.
dark.
Not much of a head on it.
That's typical for these barrel aged. They're not really carbonated.
And it's got that very strong molassesy sweet smell. It is 13.9% alcohol by volume, so I very much recommend that if you do these, you do 1 pint at a time, a day.
It's a sipper.
A day. Yeah,
it's a sipper.
Yeah. So
good though. When you first taste it, you get all the typical stout flavors, kind of roasted flavors and caramel and blah blah blah. But then when you swallow it, then you start getting the sour from the port.
So what I'm getting is coffee and maple, but not like very coffee. It's like coffee candy almost. So where it's not like very there's no molasses.
But it doesn't taste like a cup of coffee though.
Yeah.
You get kind of coffee after flavor.
No, it's like if you have like if you eat those little coffee bean candies. That's what it's reminding me of.
It's a little bit sour, but I wouldn't call it a sour beer.
Yeah, I'm not getting any sour on in my taste buds, but that's okay. That's what's kind of fun is to see how each person experiences the flavor.
You have a better palate than me overall though. You can tell all.
But this is a dessert. This is not something I would drink with a dessert or with a meal. I would drink it as your dessert. Yeah. Right, maybe even have a cigar with it if you're so inclined.
And at that high alcohol level too, at a pint, that's probably like two for sure, maybe 3 glasses of wine.
Yeah, split it with somebody you love.
So if you drink 3 glasses of wine all at once, you're gonna be filled out a little bit.
Right.
So be careful when you drink this.
But this is just masterful. It's masterful.
And they're all 13.9.
Yeah, it's well balanced. Yeah. A wonderful experience. I'm just going to let this just wash over me as I enjoy the flavors. But it was very special to be able to pick this up, and it was really exciting to be able to enjoy a beer for the first time with my daughter at a place that we love so much that has brought a lot of meaning into our lives. And she had an Imperial Stout that is aged on Snickers.
Yeah.
I had a drafty Coke.
They told me how many Snickers went in each one, too, and it was an insane amount, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Those full-size Snickers or fun-size Snickers or whatever, but there's a lot of Snickers that went into making it. But anyway, that's a different one. But yeah, we love Monday night.
I was very proud of her.
We're going to be sad when we don't have to go to Atlanta anymore after our daughter doesn't go to school.
Yeah, because I don't think that we can get the beer up here. They're not distributing up here in Illinois. But
we got another couple a year or so before
we
worry about that.
So we're going to enjoy it as much as we
thanks
can.
Monday night for that. So yeah, really, really cool. Good choice, Noel.
Thank you, and good choice on these toys, Dave. That was so fun. I couldn't believe not only had you heard of them, I have all of them.
But I did not hear of them until about 4 years ago. I happened to stumble upon 2. I'm like, oh my god, I've got to have these. So I got on eBay immediately and found it for what I thought was a good price. I don't think I paid a whole lot for the set of 4.
I won't ask.
Yeah,
I think that's how the fight starts.
Less than $100 for something like that.
God.
That's not a lot to you?
Yes.
It's not a lot. That's not a lot for a Transformerization. Before we sign off real quick, some interesting things I'm just reading on the back. Okay. The place where in the fictitious world of the Commandrons, they live in the futuristic city of Metroplex, which is interesting because that is the name of a Transformer.
It sure is.
Obviously not meant to be the same thing. And the word Metroplex is a word, so it's not like, they completely stole that or something like that. But the planet they're from is Havron, or Haven, Havon.
Oh, Havon.
Havon. But yeah, the comic books and all that kind of it's just fun. This is like.
Did you read those comic books?
I did.
Of course.
But think about it. He-Man came with mini comic books back in the day.
Yeah,
it was very much kind of an 80s
It was a thing,
Very much an 80s thing. So it's kind of fun to help you, even because there's no fiction for these otherwise. There wasn't a cartoon.
Do any toys come with mini comic books anymore?
I think once in a while you'll see that happen. Yeah. Or sometimes nowadays you'll see full-on comic books in them. Transformers for a while back in like 2014 were selling toys that had a full-fledged, full-size comic book inside of them, So it kind of comes and goes. But the mini comic thing is very 80s.
Yeah.
Very 80s.
Interesting.
So very, very cool. So if you haven't heard of these, you now have. If you want to try to get a set, you can find them on eBay pretty usually for the most part. Prices are going to vary, obviously, but.
And if you ever want to go to Monday Night Brewing, go to their website because you can find out where their 5 locations are, when they're open, what beers are available. Some of them offer tours, but you won't go wrong. They've got great food. The one in Midtown Atlanta is kid-friendly and dog-friendly. There's always people inside with their dogs.
Outside pizza oven.
Yeah. Their pizza is
really
amazing. And they've got vegetarian options. They've got salads. it's a fabulous time to go, just to experience the beer and fellowship together with your friends and family.
So as we get ready to wrap things up here on this most recent episode of BeerFormers, these are not on Chris McFeely's site on Transformers because he does the basics on Transformers.
Okay. Does he not
so he doesn't
real?
do the Commandrons. But I'm sure there's all sorts of information out there if you really want to research this more. What was the name of the video you were watching when you discovered it? Do you remember what that was off the top of your head?
No, I should have written that down before we made this episode. No, in fact, I'll find it so that you can put it like on the screen.
On the screen now.
Because there's a man who does videos about like complete history of the toys that came in Happy Meals, and I've seen his episodes that he did for the 80s and for the 90s, and they are fascinating. They're well researched, well done, and a lot of fun. And I got a kick out of it because it brought back a lot of memories for me. And then some things like, how did I not remember that? I was eating Happy Meals back then.
It wasn't a Happy Meals.
All I would eat.
And I think it's a simple assumption to make. If these are from McDonald's, they got McDonald's stuff all over them. They must have been Happy Meals.
Yeah.
But the commercial, which I'll put a link.
I'll
put a link to the commercial. There's definitely a commercial on YouTube where you can see where they advertise these, and they talk about how they're just sold at McDonald's, you know. But anyway, so if you'd like to know any more information about Transformers, go to tfwiki.net. That's my personal favorite for any information about Transformers. Videos about these exist on YouTube too. You look up Commandrons, you find the commercials, blah, blah, blah. But as we get ready to sign off, as we like to say, make sure you always drink responsibly and play responsibly.
Yes.
And,
maybe not make your robots crash.
Yeah, well,
it was kind of fun.
As long as it's gentle.
It
was a gentle crashing.
Yeah.
But thanks for watching us here on
Thank you so much.
Goodbye.
Bye.